Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the garden. How are ya? Right, it is another gorgeous day out here today. We are expecting thunderstorms tomorrow and later on tonight and on Wednesday, with the potential of hail and extremely strong winds, which means that whatever my garden looks like now, it's not going to look that way on Thursday, right? So what I'd like to do is just walk you through the garden, take a quick look at what our garden is looking like in early May. I think it will be awesome to see, as some of our David Austin roses are in bloom. Can't miss it, they are so beautiful. I've landed here on this little one. Right, I can't tell you her name because this was supposed to be young Lycidas. I don't know if you remember last year I mentioned that we received this rose mislabeled. I did contact David Austin and they said that, hey, no, it's young Lycidas, give him a year to grow and you'll see the rose be what the rose is to be, right? But second year in, and I can guarantee, I'm 100% sure this is not young Lycidas. But whoever this is, she is absolutely beautiful. She's beautiful and has a nice fragrance, right? Grows well, I think. Now, I think whoever she is, she seems to be a climbing rose. Last year, planted bare root. This little thing shot up to about 5 feet, just like Gertrude Jekyll did, right? The only difference is that she did bloom. She gave us 3 blooms last year. This year, I cut her back to about 12 and a half, 18 inches above ground, and she's put on all of this beautiful growth. She is a healthy rose. And like I said, she is cute, nice fragrance, right? But I don't know who she is, so I cannot introduce you to her properly. But all right, hopefully I am sending some photos off to David Austin. I sent them today. So hopefully by the end of the week, we will, 1, know who this is, right? And then 2, hopefully they'll be able to say, okay, Naomi, we'll send you your young Lycidas. I have been trying to add young Lycidas to the garden for the last 3 years. But all right. Alright, so turning around, we are looking at what I affectionately call my Rose Island in progress. Alright, this bed has most of the roses that we got in bare root, that we got in bare root this season from David Austin. There are about 5 varieties in this bed. It starts on the very end with Bring Me Sunshine, Sophie's Rose. There is a Red Eden Climbing Rose right in the back. We've got Hyde Hall, and then right here in the very front is James L. Austin. Okay. Also in this bed, I've got planted 2 little lime hydrangeas. And I don't think the little lime hydrangeas have settled in. They don't seem happy in the spaces yet. They've not put on any growth since I've added them, since I've planted them here. And the color looks a bit off. So I think I need to give them a good feed. I'll go ahead and sprinkle some of my rose fertilizer around them and see if that helps them out a bit. And then I also have some perennials planted in. We've got Indigo Girl, Salvia, and Amazing Daisies, Daisy May. Now, I had an awesome suggestion from Bonnie. Bonnie suggested that I plant the annuals in mass, like of 2 or 3, so that they have a bigger presence in the bed, and I'm loving that idea. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to have to do it a bit slowly, as budget permits. But for these plants, like the Shasta Daisies I think are going to be okay with being divided. So I'll divide the Shasta Daisies in order to add bunches of them in the garden. And then for the Salvia, I'm going to creatively try my hands at propagating, stop it, so that I can increase the amount of them in the bed, right? Okay. All right, the sun just came out. Hopefully the video quality is good. Let's keep going on up here. Okay, right here, let's see, we have our planting of the little hotties, my little hottie hydrangeas. These little hotties are newly planted last fall. Okay, so this is officially their first spring in the garden. Filling out nicely, right? Planted here underneath our dapple willow. And our dapple willow did really good, I must admit. I was so surprised to see it dapple. Very cute, and it contrasts so beautifully against the greens in the garden. I don't know if you can see the emerald green arborvitae in the back and the dapple willow on the front. I love that contrast. Or the 3 shades of green: the dapple willow, the emerald green arborvitae, and then the green grass. All different shades, just loving it. All right. Okay, so the little hotties right here in this bed are doing good. Let me take you over to the ones in the second bed. These in this bed are not so happy. As you can see, They are a little yellow, right? Look at this one right here. Yellowing, yellowing, yellowing. So that tells me that this bed needs iron. I've got some sort of iron deficiency going on here. So I'll try to get my hands on some plant tone. No, I said plant tone, some iron tone, right? So that I can feed this bed, and then hopefully they're going to bounce back for us. I hope I'll be able to get some by the end of the week, and then I will update you on them to see if they are doing better later in the season, right? Hopefully they will. It's happening with most of the plant in this bed. It's so strange that half of my garden is okay and the other half is not doing so right. It's kind of odd, right? But another dapple willow looking good. Alright, let's move on to some cute things. Let's look at some blooms, shall we? Yes. Hopefully there is not, that was my finger, I do apologize. Hopefully there's not a glare on the camera. But we walked straight into sceptred owls. Look at sceptred owls. This is her first flush of sceptred owls. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot complain. Gorgeous rose. First year in the garden, planted last April. Beautiful, right? Yes. And beside her, I've got a planting of, let me see, this is a Proof of Winners hydrangea. It is rhythmic blue. Yeah, let's dance rhythmic blue. I was able to get one container, and what I did is I divided it in two. So I now have two planted in the garden. There's one right here, and there is another, and if you are able to see it down there at the very bottom, if you see that little purple sticking out, okay, there's one back there. I need to add something to the third container right in the middle, right here. Either another rhythmic blue or something blue. It has to be blue that's added to the garden to contrast with all of the rose blooms that we'll have. I like big puffy moundedness of blues, or even blue purples, right? Okay, moving on up. And this is Teas in Georgia. Surrounding her is the black diamond crepe myrtles. Okay. And there is another planting just like this. Let me show you. We're going to go back. Going back here. I totally forgot about this one. This is James Galway. Yes. All right. Last year we added James Galway bare root and he did not grow. This year, look at this. Growing well, right? So we will finally see what James Galway looks like. This is awesome. The other roses on the run behind the hydrangea is Bosco Bell, not ready to flower as yet. This is Lady of Shalott, not ready. And Tranquility saying, Naomi, I need a few more weeks. But look, Tranquility did give us a little flower, teeny little flower. Oh. Tranquility has not done so well in my garden. Always suffers from black spot and only gives me a serious flush of blooms in the spring, and then it's basically sporadic blooms for the rest of the season, if any. I don't know if maybe I'm not feeding Tranquility well, so I'll step up on my feeding and my watering to see if I can keep the rose healthier, to see if she will perform any differently for me. Alright, well that is our Tranquility. Okay, so we're walking back by Sceptred Isles, back by Teas in Georgia, and moving on to the rose that was the first to flower in the garden. This is Salis Mourner, already ready to be deadheaded. Look at all those blooms down there, right? Salis Mourner was the first to flower, did really well, no complaints, still has more buds to come. It was quite pleasant, nice fragrance. And then beside Salis Mourner, look at this beauty right here. Woo! Isn't she lovely? This is a Julia Child. I apologize for the wind. That is Julia Child. Gorgeous rose. Gorgeous, gorgeous yellow. Look at it. Gorgeous. Beautiful. And then beside Julia was the second rose to flower in our garden. Astacia Vi. Astacia Vi still not in full flush. Let me pull you up so you can see her. She's still got another couple days to be in full flush for us, but what she is showing us is absolutely beautiful. And then behind Astacia, well, to the side right here where we have the Serendipity Allium, we have planted a newly planted rose from Heirloom Roses. That is Florentina. Putting on new growth, which is always a good sign, right? Looking good. Let me turn you around and let me get out of this bed without stepping on Julia. Very carefully. Okay. And let's take a look at who else we have here. Look at this. This little beauty is Double Delight. Oh, a beautiful rose. Always dies back all the way to the ground. All right, I'm in garden zone 7. I was only 6B, now I'm 7A. But every year she has died back to the ground for me. Comes from the ground up and is always beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous rose. You know, there's another rose I'd like to try. I need to try Mr. Lincoln at Hybrid Tea. And I also need to try, what's that name of the rose? The Princess Trust. It might not be the correct name. The Princess Trust is a rose that I've seen on the Heirloom Rose website, and based on the reviews on their site, it suggests that it grows in very quickly, gives you blooms in the first season, right? It's quite a robust red climbing rose. I would like to try it. I don't know where I'd put it, but I would like to try it. All right, I'm looking at, what are we looking at now? We're looking at our annuals. Now remember my promise to fill all of our containers, all of our empty containers that we have scattered around the yard. We are going to be filling them with blooms. All right, this particular container is planted up with some verbena and the Supertunia Royal Velvet. Oh, my shadow is blocking you. Okay. It will take a while for the container to grow in, but I like the combination. They are beautiful. Right, moving over here, we've got our incredible hydrangeas on the planted with the Vinca annuals. The Vinca, they're taking a while to start their growth spurt, but I know that they will grow in. You just have to be a little bit patient with them. And the incredible hydrangeas actually have buds. These are the ones that we transplanted from containers earlier this season. Okay. I'm surprised at how well they're doing. They're planted here in full sun. So I was really worried about that. All right, this is a beauty right here. Oh, this beauty right here is Darcy Bustle. Darcy Bustle is gorgeous. Darcy Bustle was planted last season, bare root and out of the box. Let me tell you, putting this old lady in the ground, she took off like lightning. She grew so well, so quickly, and flowered beautifully last season. And now she's on that upward trend, right? It's given us a beautiful flush. The only thing about Darcy Bustle is that she had black spot early in the season, right? So she suffers, I don't know if you can see it right there, from black spot. Never mind that, that's bug eating leaves. Okay, I do apologize to my roses and apologize to you viewing the video for all of the bug eating leaves that you are seeing. All right, next season I'm going to be on top of it, I promise. I'm going to find something that works next season. All right, but looking really beautiful in terms of the flowers. Awesome, awesome, awesome rose. Right here beside Darcy Bustle, we have the baby Desdemonas. These are babies, giving us their first blooms. And behind Desdemona is Eden. Eden is not ready to flower yet. Right, got all those really big buds looking at us, but she hasn't. Oh, hold on, she's going to open one. I see one that's going to open right here. Hold on. Can you see her? Yeah, not open yet, but she is going to be open here in a few days, hopefully. All right, now beside Eden is our beautiful Comte de Chambord. Comte de Chambeau, look at this. Comte de Chambeau suffers from balling. We've had rain the last couple of days and these buds will not open. I actually coaxed this one open yesterday. Right? So it means that we'll probably not see these really nice huge buds. We won't see those flower. But not to worry. He is working on several others. Right? So we will get to see a true flower from Comte de Chambeau this year. Lots and lots of buds. We just have to be a little bit on the patient side. Alright, another planting of our incredible hydrangeas. They are settling in well. And right here is cardinal. Look at cardinal. A beautiful little flower. I cannot wait for cardinal to put on some height, some growth. But she is beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful, yes? Alright. And beside cardinal, we have got Princess Alexandra of Kent. Princess Alexandra not ready yet. She is about to open some flowers for us. So in another day or two, we should have her in full bloom here because they look all at the same stage, most of our buds. Oh, look here. There's the flower. Right here. Yeah. And there is a lot of grass growing in my beds. Can I tell you? Alright, so I did say I'm new to gardening. One thing that you will see again is lots of grass growing in my beds, people. Lots of grass in the beds. Let me take you on over here to show you this beauty. Whew. This is Margaret Merrill. Believe it or not, this is a little Margaret Merrill that we had struggling on the outside of the fence. Look at Margaret now. This is an older bloom. But look at the size of that bloom. Look at it compared to my hands. Huge. This one's just about to open. Look at this. Gorgeous. Margaret actually likes it in the space. A beautiful, beautiful rose. Right? I'm so glad that I gave her a chance because listen, I was this close to taking Margaret out of the garden. I was like, you know, this rose is not performing for me. This is an heirloom rose purchase. And I was like, you know, if she's not performing, let me take her out of the garden. But look, she is doing well. She likes it here. And I'm so happy that she's happy here. That makes me happy. Alright, planted in front of Marguerite is the Serendipity Alliums. And of course the mesh because the bunnies love Margaret. Alright, let's keep Margaret protected here. Alright, let's work our way out. Let's take a look at Gabriel Oak, but before we do, we are passing Thomas A. Becket. Leafed out beautifully on the back, the one on the front. Oh, taking his time there, Thomas. Alright, but we'll be patient. And more grass. I think hopefully if you are just meeting me, I'm a new gardener, right? My name's I should have introduced myself before, right? My name's Naomi and I'm a new gardener. Gardening here in zone 7A, St. Louis, Missouri. And there's one thing, well, a couple things for sure that you're going to see when you walk through my garden is that you're going to see a lot of grass growing where it's not supposed to. And then unfortunately, because I have not been on top of my spraying, you're going to see a lot of my leaves, a lot of bug damage on my leaves, especially in the spring. Okay? This right here is Gentle Hermione. Planted bare root this season. Look at Gentle Hermione. Looking good, right? Looking healthy. Love it, love it, love it. Love her. I can't wait to see her flower because as a bare root, I just fell in love with her. The rose just looks so healthy. Alright, this bed is waiting for Shirley's Bouquet. We had ordered from, who did we order from this year? Grace Roses. Okay, hopefully that rose will be in soon and we'll have her planted up here and I'll be able to show you. I'll show you the unboxing. It's my first time ordering from Grace Roses. So I'll definitely do an unboxing for you. And we'll go ahead and get her planted and complete this look right here on the outside. Alright, these are our Twilight Zone roses. I just had a question about how our heirloom rose purchases from last year, how they did. Alright, these are the heirloom roses that we did the unboxing of last year. I'll go through them very slowly here. This one is Twilight Zone. Growing well, I will admit. This particular one that is a bit smaller had died back all the way to the ground, so came back from ground up so far this spring and is looking good. All right. And let me show you the second one, which is Enchanted Peace. Yes. Oh my goodness. Enchanted Peace grew like nobody's business. Enchanted Peace is gorgeous. Enchanted Peace is the kind of rose that, listen, if you don't know how to grow roses, grow Enchanted Peace. Just pop her in the ground, which is all we did. And the little rose just grew and grew and grew and grew. Right? No issues with black spot. And she flowered and flowered and flowered. Her flowers last for a long time on the plant. I've not taken cut flowers to take inside. But on the plant itself, the flower does last several days, right? But she has grown really well. This year I had cut her back because she's a hybrid tea. I had cut her back to about 6 inches from the ground. And all of the growth that you see now is from that 6 inches coming all the way up. Right now she's standing at about 3 feet tall and getting ready to flower. So the heirloom roses that we purchased last year did really well, right? I see another weed. I have to get after it. Lots of weeds growing in my bed this year. Oh, why? Sometimes you have to be careful. There you go. Okay. Darcy Bustle peeking through the gate. Isn't she cute? I love Darcy. I love her. I'm hoping that she pushes a lot of her stems outside of the gate and just covers and falls on top of our little giant arborvitaes, which are also doing well. All right, we came out here to look at, who is it, Gabriel Oak? This is our Gabriel. He has opened his flowers. I'm always nervous here. He's opened his flowers all over. The only thing about Gabriel, I do apologize, a vehicle was passing by, is that he's a short little stub on the ground, man. He is so low. He's standing about, what, 4 or 5 inches from the ground. So I'm waiting for this little fellow to put on some height. There is a cane that this one has that's shot up nicely, so that's good. That's promising, right? So I'm just going to watch and see how he grows for us this season. But in terms of the flowers, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let me pull back so you can see him. He looks good, right? Yeah, he looks good. Right, let's take a walk in. I wanted to show you, I promised I'd show you the standard area. Now, I will admit that something strange is going on with my garden this year, right? I just showed you all of those roses in bloom on the inside, right? And then come in here. These are my knockout roses. And let's see, Claire Austin, as well as the Poet's Wife on this side of the garden. They're not doing anything. No blooms yet. Yeah, they've got buds, right? Look at Claire. They got buds and they got bugs. So again, I do apologize for the leaves that you are going to see. Forgive me, okay? I'll try to hide some of it with my hands. But here you go. This is Claire Austin. And then this is the Poet's Wife on this side. I don't know. This side is just really slow to go. Let me show you the other side of the garden. You'll see why I say that. All right. As we pass, let's take a look at our standards. Little lime hydrangeas. More of our shaggy little green giant arborvitaes. Okay. The little giant arborvitaes. This is a space where we had that azalea that I showed you, the autumn lily encore azalea. I removed the azalea and I planted a baby Emily Bronte here. Okay. So this Emily is now going to have full sun. It's going to be interesting. The other Emily that we have is in part sun location, so she gets more of a, more shade throughout the day. It's going to be interesting to see how she performs in full sun, because in the shaded area she's not flowering really well for us. Okay, this is a little azalea that we planted last year. Did I say azalea? It's not an azalea. I'm so sorry. It's a Rose of Sharon. All right. This is a Rose of Sharon we planted last year. Blue satin hibiscus tree. And it's not doing very well. No, it's not leafed out yet for the season. It's trying, but it's not doing well. So I need to, I'm trying to think, if should I remove this plant, right? Put it somewhere else, and then perhaps take this area and put a rose there. The rose I'm thinking of is Gertrude Jekyll, because she's knocked my socks off. She's so beautiful. I'm going to take you to see her. She's gorgeous and she smells good. And she's in the rose walk where nobody can see her. So I need to put one here on the front or on the outside, because I need to plant one for my neighbors, right? Stop it. Yes, good excuse to plant a rose. Okay, but I'm thinking we may have to take this one out. I don't know. I'm thinking I should. She's struggling. I don't know if there's something wrong with just this particular spot of ground. Don't know. She has been fed and everything. She's just not leafing out. I'll show you another one here so you can see how, well, although an older plant, right, but it's the same variety. This is another little lime hydrangea. I'm sorry, this is another limelight hydrangea. Alright. And this is the hibiscus, the other hibiscus tree. Rose of Sharon. Leafed out. Seems like she's a bit unhappy, but at least she is leafed out and growing for us, right? I'll keep an eye on her this season as well. Our containers resting on me. Messy front porch. We are going to jump over it. Why? Because it's really messy and I don't want you to see the messy driveway. So let's run on over to the rose walk. I should say though, although I don't want you to see the messy driveway, these are the geraniums that we planted. Potted them into these containers, and believe it or not, they've actually stopped blooming, you know. They have given me lots of leaves. I've gotten lots of foliage, but no more flowers. They're the Martha Washington variety. The spirals are in need of help. All right, and I'm in need of help in terms of trimming these spirals. As you can see, the tops are all gone, totally out of shape at this point. Right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to attack these spirals later on in the week. I'm just going to get at them and I'm going to snip to my heart's content, and hopefully I'll be able to bring them back in shape. If not, we will have some sort of shape going on, because I will snip. All right. Okay, I've walked down to the rose walk and we walked right into Desdemona, another planting of Desdemona. All right, Desdemona has started. Yep, she has started her first flush. Again, these bugs, it's all right. Show you another set of blooms here. Looking good. Okay, and then let me show you. 1 second, I want to get the perfect shot for you. I want to zoom in. All right. Okay, you can look now. Look at that. Woo, people, stop it. This is the rose walk. You are looking at the yellow is the poet's wife, and that awesome, beautiful pink in the background behind the yellow is Gertrude Jekyll. All right, we're going to jump straight over to Gertrude. We'll come back to the poet's wife here in a second. But I have to show you what Gertrude is doing, because I promise I show you her when she opens fully. And look at her. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. What? That's why I'm telling you, I have to plant another one. She is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Covered in blooms. Literally covered in blooms, people. I kid you not. Even where we pegged her to the ground, look. Oh, covered. And the fragrance, I did not smell her the first time. Oh, I can't describe the fragrance. The only thing I can say about it is just that it's just awesome. It's like that nice classic old rose fragrance. She smells like Munstead wood, but sweeter and gentler. And just, oh, stop it. Let me not try to describe it. She's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. A beautiful rose. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. Gorgeous rose. Growing beautifully. Look at that. Look at that, people. That is gorgeous. All right, now I'm going to come back. I got to give the poet's wife her turn here. First blooms from the poet's wife. Okay. On this side, they are blooming, but the one I just showed you in the bed with Claire Austin, those roses are not ready to do anything yet. It's kind of strange, right? Quite strange. All right, here you go. Looking really good. Adjusting the camera there, do apologize. All right. Interplanted with the poet's wife, we've got the Bobo Hydrangeas. They were slow to wake up, I kid you not. I was wondering, hey, what's going on here? But then when they did start going, they just kept on going. They've leafed up and they're looking nice and beautiful. I got no complaints. All right. I'm going to turn you around just a second. Right here we have Olivia Rose Austin. Okay. All right, taking you down the walk. So you've got the poet's wife, Bobos. We've got a Serendipity Alliums, another poet's wife right here that needs to be staked. Look at this cane, fell completely over, poor baby. I need to come in and get that staked up. See if I can save that cane. She has some beautiful buds on it, so we'll do that this evening. Another planting of the Serendipity Alliums. More Bobos, more hydrangeas going on here, right? Gertrude Jekyll, smelling gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. This is our endless summer hydrangea getting ready to burst. Getting ready to put on some color. Look, you can see the pink coming on here. Nice, right? Leafed out beautifully this year. Very healthy this year. No complaints. This is Emily Bronte. Emily is not ready to flower yet. Well, I take it back. She has given us a flower or two. All right. I don't think Emily likes it here in the shade. I think Emily wants the sun. It's going to be interesting to see how the one that's planted in full sun is going to be interesting to see how she does. Right, but all the hydrangeas here are looking really good. I'm going to turn for a second. This is our planting of Princess Anne. Gorgeous this year. Her blooms are ginormous this year. Right, she just keeps sending them out. Absolutely gorgeous. No complaints. I would just like her to fill in as a plant. She has not filled into her bed. Not quite sure why. But she's absolutely beautiful though. Absolutely beautiful. Taking you back into the back garden so you can get a closer look at Sally Holmes. Before we do, right? Elizabeth smells gorgeous too, you know. Elizabeth. Absolutely gorgeous, and she is pushing up longer canes for us, which means that she's going to put on some height this year, which is good. Remember, she is a baby planted last year. All right, and this is Sally. Sally Holmes has just started pushing up her buds. So another 3 or so weeks until we see her. Well, actually, she has one right here. It's going to flower early, but the majority of her blooms we'll not see for another couple weeks. All right. Great. Beautiful. All right, as always, let's go ahead and end the video here. I must thank you so much for having joined me for yet another beautiful day in the garden. You are awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.